What's up, everybody? It's E the Prophet here to do another video. And this video is going to be Attack on Titan, the final chapter, episode 80 review. For some of y'all, it might be chapter 4, episode 21 as well. I'm watching on Funimation, so it's episode 80 for me. Having a look at it, the latest episode that just came out for Attack on Titan. And you know, I'm sure most of y'all know Attack on Titan is one of the best animes that's ever been done. And this was probably the most powerful episode that I've seen so far, which is why I've decided to review it. I normally don't do a lot of anime reviews, but I just felt the need to review this one and give some extra commentary on the episode as well. So the episode starts out where we see Grisha fighting Frida Rice, and he ends up killing her, taking her Titan, killing all the rest of the family. Then we see him talking to Zeke, and he recognizes that Zeke is there, and he tells him how he misses him. He wishes he would have been a better father, and how he has to stop Eren. Then we see Zeke talking to Eren, and they're going back and forth. And Zeke eventually tells the founder to make Eldians not be able to have children, not be able to reproduce. And she goes to walk away, and Eren ends up breaking free from his cuffs and then chases after her. And then right when he was about to catch up to her, that's when it went to the intro and everything. And it comes back, and we see Historia and Frida sitting, talking. They've actually shown this scene before in chapter 3. But anyway, we go through that. And then they go to showing Historia's, Emir's childhood, how she came to be. And we see her carrying water and everything. Then we see these soldiers come. They burn a village, take all of the people as slaves. We see Emir getting led away in chains. And then when they're at the new place, she's still carrying water, and somehow a pig escapes, and whoever the leader is decides that if nobody confesses, he was going to take one of everybody's eye. So, I got the impression that Emir can't talk. So everybody pointed the finger at her and blamed her, even though she wasn't responsible. She carried water. She didn't have anything to do with the pigs. But they all blamed her. She didn't have a way to say she didn't do it. So the guy who was in charge told her she was free. Then you see her running, and you see her with an arrow in her shoulder. Then she gets shot in the leg with another arrow. And she ends up going to this tree that has this really big opening in it. And she walks in and ends up stumbling and falling down into the water. And then as she's falling down into the water, we see the coordinate. And then we see her about to touch the coordinate. Next thing we know, we see all of the energy, from when a Titan forms, and the mirror's a big giant Titan. And more than likely, she laid waste to the people that was chasing her. Then in the next scene, we see her talking to King Fritz. And King Fritz pretty much tells her, thanks her for all of the things they've accomplished since she's become that Titan, building bridges and, roads and all of that stuff. So he tells her he's going to give her his seed. Now, the messed up thing is that this whole time, Amir is still a slave. She's done all of this, but she's still a slave. But anyway, the king starts getting her pregnant. She has 3 children. And the 3 children are, of course, turns out to be Maria, Rose, and Cena, from Paradise, the walls. That's the name of the walls. Wall Rose, Wall Cena, Wall Maria. But anyway, she has the children. And then we see, and she's still wreaking havoc for the king. He named his tribe as Eldia. Then he told her to destroy his enemies, the Marlians. So that's when the Eldians probably first got the advantage over Marley because of Amir. And then we see a guy try to assassinate King Fritz. He tries to throw a spear. They kill him pretty quickly. but the spear ends up hitting Ymir. Now, I thought this was interesting because a wound like that shouldn't kill a Titan, and she was the founder. So I was shocked that a wound like that killed her. So I'm guessing that she just was ready to die, and she just let herself die at this point. Because I didn't, and even King Fritz told her a wound like that shouldn't hurt her, you know, and to get up, but she never did. So what ended up happening is King Fritz had Ymir chopped to pieces and fed to his 3 daughters, Cena, Rose, and Maria, and says something about if they die to feed, you know, their carcasses to the grandchildren, to just keep it going on and on, generation after generation. And that's how the Titans got their start. And then we end up going back to, actually, before I go forward, I just want to say, man, you know, Ymir's life, from what I got from this episode, Ymir's life sucked from beginning to end. She never had a good life. Her life was awful, terrible. You know, then especially considering how powerful she was, for her life still to be like that, that's probably why she just allowed herself to die, I'm guessing. But anyway, we go back to Eren, who was caught up with Ymir at this point. And he's telling her that she's not a slave, she's not a god, she's just a person, that she called for him to come there and he'll end it all, you know, just give him the power. And then Zeke is chasing after them, telling her that he has royal blood and to make the Eldians unable to reproduce. He's yelling it out. But then we see Ymir's face, and her teeth are clenched, and she starts to cry. And it just feels like she's just had enough. So she ends up, so we see Zeke holding Eren's head. We go back to that scene after Gabby blew his head off, Zeke had caught it. All of a sudden, we see the coordinate just shoot out of nowhere and shoot straight to Eren's neck. And once the coordinate hits his neck, his eyes light up. And the walls start coming down. And we start seeing all of the colossal titans that were in the wall come out. And I'm going to tell you, my heart was fucking pounding. My heart was racing when I saw that. That was just almost unbelievable to me to see that. And so we see all of the founding titans, and then, you know, all of the fighting stopped because it's causing so much destruction, them coming out the walls. So we see Armin talking to Mikasa, and he tells her that Eren must have got the founder's power, and he's on our side, and Mikasa's happy. And then Armin turns around and see that Walmaria has been destroyed too. And he says, no question, like telling Mikasa, why would Eren need so many of the Titans to just destroy whatever council was taking place in Marley? Then we hear Eren's voice, and he addresses all subjects of Ymir. And he tells them that, you know, everybody in the world wants to destroy his people, the place where he was born. Not even just there, but all, you know, every Eldian in the world, including the ones in Marley. And he said he's not going to let that happen. So he said he's going to let the colossal titans destroy every inch of the world beyond Paradise. And then after he tells them all of that, it just goes off. So, you know, I got some things to address, some things I want to talk about in terms of Eren and Zeke specifically. And, you know, I'm going to compare the two for you real quick. Now, keep in mind, not only do the other countries want to destroy Eldia, but Zeke also wants to totally eradicate Eldia by not having them be able to reproduce so they can't have any more children and eventually die out. Now, understand this. The people in Paradise, the Eldians that live in Paradise, they didn't even know that anybody existed outside of their walls. They have not caused any problem to the world whatsoever. They are victims. They are victims in Paradise. They are victims in Marley. They have been victims the entire show. Keep in mind, remember when Ryan, Bertold, and Annie came and they destroyed the wall and let the Titans in there to try to eat everybody? The Titan kicked Eren's house down and ate his mother. And, you know, all of the carnage that resulted from the Marlians coming there and kicking down the wall. Now, also keep in mind that even though the Eldians have the ability to become mindless titans, they have never turned themselves into mindless titans. The only people creating mindless titans are the Marlians from the Eldians that live there. They're the ones who have released the mindless titans on the world, not the Eldians. So the way I see it is that the Eldians are the victims and the Marlians are the biggest villains on the show. Not to mention how they treat the Eldians that live there and how they keep them in internment camps and have them living in fear that if they cross the Marlian government, they're going to turn their family members into titans and the mindless titans. And that's the fear they live under, daily. So if anybody is the villain on this show, it's not Eren, it's the Marlians. The Marlians are the most evil pieces of shit on the show, to be honest. So I know that the person who wrote the show, Reiner, is his favorite character. So it seems like they're somehow trying to figure out some kind of way to paint Marley as more of the heroes. Keeping in mind, there are no heroes on this show. There are no good guys on this show. Everybody's bad. It's just who's worse than the others. But for some reason, he's trying to feel like they've been trying to paint Marley in a better light than the Eldians, where, like I said, the Eldians are just victims in all of this. They've been victims of the king and of the Marlians, to be honest. So as I talk about Eren and Zeke, I want y'all to keep that in mind. Let's quickly talk about Eren, since he's been on the show. Let's see. Eren saved Armin. When Armin was about to get eaten, Eren jumped in the Titan's mouth and blocked it so Armin could escape, and Eren ended up getting eaten. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Eren first turned into a Titan and saved Mikasa's life? Y'all remember when Eren made the partial Titan to block the cannon fire from hitting him, Armin, and Mikasa? Y'all remember when Eren took on Annie and got decapitated? Y'all remember when Eren took on Reiner and ended up getting blown to bits, getting his hands and feet chopped off? Y'all remember when Eren got his ass whipped by Captain Levi to try to save Armin's life so that Armin would get the injection instead of Captain Erwin? The reason Armin's alive twice now is because of Eren. Now, even though, his team, the scouts got mad at him, Hanji and Captain Levi, the fact is he went to Marley and stole the Warhammer Titan. That's an incredible find for Paradis and the scouts. He did that. They couldn't have accomplished anything like that without Eren. So these are just the list of things Eren has done. Eren has been a hero. He's always been a hero. Now, it seemed like they tried to make him into something else, but no matter how you look at it, like even when Zeke was talking about using eugenics on the Eldians so they couldn't reproduce anymore, Eren ended up saying, man, I would never go for nothing like that. Not that my people, these are my people. They're your people too, you traitorous filth. But they're definitely my people. Eren has always been a hero to the Eldians. Even if he totally eliminates the world, he would still be a hero to the Eldians, even if he ends up being the biggest villain to everybody else. So understand that about Eren. Now let's talk about Zeke. Because to me, Zeke has always been a Marlian piece of shit since they first showed him. Okay, he turned in his parents to the Marlians. His mother ends up getting made into a Titan, ends up getting killed, but gets made into a Titan. Father gets banished, has to go live in Paradis. Zeke turned all of Rakugo village into mindless Titans. That was Connie's village, including Connie's mother, turned Connie's mother into a mindless Titan. Zeke pretty much wiped out the entire scout regiment, including Captain Erwin, at their battle. Zeke turned all of the soldiers that were with Levi into mindless Titans, as well as pretty much all of the various officers and all of the different regiments into mindless Titans as well. And now Zeke wants to totally eradicate all of the Eldians, totally eradicate them, even though he knows they're victims. So to me, Eren is a hero. Zeke is a piece of shit. Reiner, the writer's favorite character, is also a piece of shit in my opinion. The only one who has really showed any heroism has been Eren, Armin, Mikasa, Captain Levi. Hanji to an extent, but honestly, Hanji's leadership since Captain Erwin has been gone has been pretty much terrible. She has not led the scouts at all since Erwin died. You know, if anybody ever comes up with anything, it's normally Armin who saves their asses. So those are the heroes. Everybody else, man, me personally, I really hope Gabby gets killed before. I hope she doesn't survive. I hope somebody takes her out. I can't stand the Marlians. I can't stand none of them because the Eldians that live in Marley are so stupid and so brainwashed. If they had any brains at all, they would have joined Eren. But it is, since they're Eldians too. But anyway, man, I really hope, part of me hopes, even though it's very extreme, and I recognize that Eren's actions are also very extreme. Eren is my dude, and I really hope that he ends up flattening the whole world. Because that's the only way I think the Eldians will be safe. And I hope that's how it ends up turning out. I'm pretty sure it won't, because you got a lot of the Marlians there who have family in those parts of the world who I'm sure they don't want to see get stomped to death by colossal titans. So they'll probably be trying to fight Eren. In reality, I don't see how anybody would be able to stop Eren at this point, but I'm sure they'll figure out some kind of way because, you know, it's an anime show. But anyway, y'all, that's really my take on it. I just wanted to tell y'all the recap and then give my thoughts and opinions on Zeke and Eren and Marley and Eldia in general. And man, this episode, I just can't even imagine the next episode. You know, now that Eren said what his intentions are, I'm really curious to see how Armin and Mikasa and John and Connie, you know, are going to react to hearing that. And even how some of the Marleyan Eldians are going to react to it. You know, we got one more week to find out. Like I said, man, this episode had my blood pumping. My heart was racing. I just couldn't believe it when I saw those colossal titans break through those walls. I never thought I would see that. And it was just really, really powerful. But anyway, y'all, I hope you liked the video. Please give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please share it if you like. Leave any comments, any thoughts. Tell me what you thought about the episode. And please subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the video. I love y'all. Everybody stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. Peace.